Why, hello everybody, and this is Kirikomori's House of Hikikomori. I am here to talk about Strike Witches. It's a 12 episode show that came out in 2008. There is a sub and dub of this, and the sub is fully available on the Funimation site. They have to be 17 or over, and then there's a dub, but I think the first two episodes are free, but the last of them are you have to be part of the membership. It's very much an action fan service show. I'm going to tell you now, and I'll probably remind you again, that if you do not like fan service, this is not your show. Do not watch it. You can watch an episode and be like, well, you know what, Kiri, I'm going to see if I like it. And then I'll be like, you know what? Go ahead, dear. Go and try it. If you liked it, actually, and you're like, man, this isn't that bad, awesome. Keep watching it. But personally, I'll give you, before I kind of preface this, I'm not normally a fan of fan service shows, and I wasn't a fan of this one. I like to watch all different kinds of shows, and so the only other fan service show I think I've seen would be Freezing Vibrations, and I mean, well, I watched all of it. Didn't say I really liked it that much. Can't really remember much from it. But I'll watch it and I'll see what I think of it. But it's from Studio Gonzo. It's also made Full Metal Panic, which I still have to finish. Which it's taking me billions of years to do that. And Welcome to the NHK. It was directed by Takamura Kazuhiro, who's a director. He did the key animation for Furikuri, the key animation for Neon Genesis Evangelion. Two shows I really enjoyed, which is interesting. They're from Gainax, and this is from Gonzo, so wherever you can get work, right? So I'm only gonna talk about the first series, but there's an OVA to this. There's a sequel. I guess there's like even an alternate setting spin-off show that's called Brave Witches. We're not talking about it because I have no idea what it's about. The opening is, I think it's actually made for the show. It's called Strike Witches, Watashi ni Dekiru Koto. It's really poppy, just kind of getting you pumped up for what you're about to see. Let's go on to the show. So this is an alternate timeline in an alternate world where it's where it would be World War II, but instead these alien / interdimensional beings somehow pop up, called the Neroi, and just they're lasers, and they're just trying to conquer and destroy stuff, and they come in the form of these like black ships, that. Sometimes, and actually throughout the show they kind of start to change form, and they've already conquered what is like alternate Europe, most of it at least. I actually find it really funny. They have like kind of vaguely similar names, countries, like what would be France is called Galia, and Britannia is like Britain, and I was really amused by this. And they got lasers, and what our main line of defense are witches, and they're girls, and yes, they're all girls, and you have to wear these like giant rocket. I don't want to say boots because they're kind of like pointy, but they're like giant rocket boots that power by their magic, and they like. They produce shields and basically shoot down with automatic weaponry the core of the Neroi, and they all just get destroyed. And that's like, it's kind of like the military part. And then for whatever reason, whenever these girls use their magic, they get animal ears and tails. Insert fetish here, I guess. What? Anyway, and fast forward 5 years, from 1939 to 1944, we got Miyafuji Yoshika, and she's from Fuso, which is basically Japan, and she's not a fan of war. Her father left and on her like first day of kindergarten, and she got the death notice on her 10th birthday. She's like, I don't want to be part of war. I hate it. She's a total pacifist. But her dad invented the rocket boots thing. They're called strikers. And so fast forward future, she's in middle school, and there's this Major Sakamoto, who's actually like scouted her out, said like, you're like special. We want you to join our cause. And she's like, no, I don't want to be part of this war. I've already lost my dad. I don't want to go for this. And then she gets a mysterious letter allegedly from her dad, which came from Britannia. So she's like, can I get like at least a ride with you on your ship to Britannia? And then en route, they get attacked by the Neroi, and she gets kind of moved and pushed in to fight, at least assist Major Sakamoto, who's also a witch, fight. She doesn't do that well at first, but she does decide that she wants to enlist, and the way she believes that she can protect people, which is kind of her main thing, is to enlist in the Joint Marine of 501st Strike Witch's Wing. There we go. I don't know why that had a hard time. Of course, it's full of colorful characters. I think there's got gals from everywhere. You got like Tsundere, Speed Freak. There's like all different girls. Each episode is pretty like, there's an Eroi of the day. There's a little bit of like a Miyafuji reacts to like interacts with like a character of an episode, and that's the episode. The last 3 episodes are kind of connected into a dramatic arc. It didn't feel too jammed in, but I do think I left with more questions than answers. Like, what are the nature of Neroi? Like, they brought up a lot of like themes and questions where I'm like, you have 2 episodes left. You're doing this now? It's really weird. The thing is that, again, I said I'd remind you again, and I'll do this again. There's a lot of fan service in the show. For whatever reason, it's never explained. And it's not even like, the girls don't wear pants. No girl wears pants. It's either like panties. There's like one that wears like leggings. But it's like, no one wears pants. Inexplicably. The strikers, the boots are like thigh high, and so you could think like, oh, you would need like a suit. No. Even normal wear, no one wears pants. There's like, but the guys wear like shorts, pants. Like, it's like literally just the girls are like in their underwear. And I'm like, why? Just why? It's, oh my gosh, it irritated me so much. Also, another thing I must warn you about, there's like boob shots, including nipples. I don't know if, I watched them for Fansub site because I don't have a Funimation account, but, there was like, even like a couple like bad shots, and I'm like, oh my god, I was covering my eyes. I'm actually kind of a prude when it comes to that, and especially like anime nudity. It always freaks me out. And what was even worse is that like 20 is like older for a witch, so you're realizing you're like it's like underage, and you're like, it grosses me out. It really, if you, and again, don't let my review keep you from like liking your own show, but personally that really freaked me out. And I learned this like at episode 10, like they're all underage. Ugh. Like there was like hot bat scenes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. I love how I just have I've literally spent like a minute on this, but they do try their hand at heartwarming scenes or like dramatic scenes, but the problem is that it's kind of hard to take these things seriously when literally no one has pants. like, oh my gosh, in like the second episode, like some gal was like getting up. She's like, you'll never understand me. And they were all sitting down. She was sitting down next to Miyafuji, and you're like looking, and you're like, you're almost getting to the scene. Like you're like, okay, this is pretty cliched, but it's like good. And then she gets up and runs off, and then you just burst out laughing. It's like, oh my god, I forgot she's not wearing anything. She's not wearing pants, and like it was like. So odd. And then like there's this episode where this gal's like, where's my pants? And I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, this gal is actually gonna be wearing pants. Oh no, she's looking for panties. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. And there's a couple absurd moments. I think I can't decide if this show wants to take itself seriously or not. I mean, I recommend they don't. It's already been done. But it kind of tries to take itself seriously, maybe, but not too much. But yeah, it takes itself seriously, but kind of. I think it's not even a plus or a minus for me. It's just it's kind of hard to take anything dramatic seriously if again, I like literally that hangs me up. Miyafuji does get a little bit of character development. Like, she slowly gets better at using magic in the striker unit, and I think that's a good... I actually rarely see this natural and gradual character development, and so, good on you, show. Good job. That's something you did right. It's okay animation. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to say that it's ugly as sin. Yeah, it's okay. Again, if you like fan service, watch it. Yeah, probably if you like fan service anime, you've probably watched it, and you're like, I already know about this, Rose. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, because I can. But if you don't like fan service, don't watch it. It has a military feel to it, but I don't say that if you like military anime that you're gonna like love it to death. I mean, I'm biased. I don't like either genre way too much, but of course I like to watch different shows, so that's what I do. Anyway, my rec of the review would be, I just watched Ender's Game, the movie, last night, and it was amazing. It's great sci-fi. I haven't read the books, but I really enjoyed this movie. There was a lot of controversy in the opening because the author is allegedly homophobic, so everyone's like, let's boycott this movie. But if you're the type that's like that to judge the work, not the author, I strongly recommend you watch this movie. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome day, everybody. I'll see you in the next review. I will probably do Mao Yu in some time from now. Decide to watch a movie and finally get to watch Stranger Things. So I'm gonna watch that before I watch the show. So I don't know when I'll be back. You might see a different background because I'm going to college, which is super cool. But yeah, awesome day. See you later.